Hi everyone, this is Teacher Chai, and welcome to our art history class. Today, we will be studying about Greek art. Greek art started in Greece. Many accepted traditions of Western culture in philosophy and government, as well as in art and architecture, were first defined in Greece centuries ago. The Greek concept of beauty was based on a pleasing balance and proportion of form. The design of graceful columned Greek temples has influenced architecture from the Renaissance to the modern times. Greek sculpture established an ideal standard for the human form that served as a model for artists in ages to come. There are two kinds of Greek art periods. The first one is the Archaic period. It was during the Archaic period that Greek art and architecture attained its distinctive style. In some ways, this style was a combination of the old geometric style and the newer influences from the East. Under Archaic period, we have architecture. Greeks began building temples to honor their gods. Greek temples were built in three different styles or orders. First, Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. Each of these styles is best identified by the distinctive designs of its columns and capitals, the decorated tops of the columns. The Doric order was developed by the Dorian tribes on Greek mainland. It had a simple, sturdy, and relatively undecorated design. Unlike the other orders, Doric columns had no base. Ionic. The Ionic order was developed by the Ionian Greeks living along the coast of Asia Minor, present-day Turkey. It was more delicate and ornate than the Doric order, and it had longer and more slender columns that were often topped with a spiral or scroll-shaped capital. And the last one, the Corinth. The Corinthian order developed in the city of Corinth during the classical period. While after the Doric and Ionic styles, it is a variation of the Ionic, but its capitals have carves and cantus leaves instead of scrolls. Sculpture. The Archaic period saw a rapid development in the portrayal of the human figure. At the beginning of the period, sculptors began to carve life-size and larger figures of men and women for use in sanctuaries and grave monuments. These figures had stiff, upright postures. Males were typically portrayed nude, their arms were close to their sides, and one leg was slightly forward in a style adopted from Egyptians. Females were clothed in elaborately draped garments. Painting. Although the art of wall painting was popular in ancient Greece, few examples remain today. However, many examples of vase painting have survived. By the Archaic period, the depiction of human and animal figures had reached new heights. Two different techniques were used for vase painting at this time, which is black figure painting and red figure painting. The second period is the Classical period. Under the Classical period, we have architecture. One good example is the Parthenon. Second is sculpture. Third is mosaics. After the Greek era, the Roman era started, and the Roman art. The earliest Roman art is generally associated with the overthrow of the Etruscan kings and the establishment of the Republic in 509 BC. Roman art is traditionally divided into two main periods: the art of the Republic and the art of the Roman Empire. Roman arts consist of architecture, painting, sculpture, and mosaics. Thank you for listening and studying with me.